Hello students, welcome to the geography class, standard 9th. Today we will learn chapter number 1, distributional maps. Students, you have studied district, state and countries map in the earlier classes in geography subjects. We'll be learning about maps and reading of maps today in this lesson. The main aim of map is to show the location of a place and distribution of variables. As you can see on the screen a map, you can see the different states of India. So a map shows the location of a place and distribution of variables. Variables can be rainfall, temperature, climate, population and so on. Thematic maps. The maps that are prepared with spatial themes are called thematic maps. Through such map, distribution of various variables in a region is shown. Let us understand distributional maps. The maps showing the geographical distribution of temperature, rainfall, population, etc. are called distributional maps. Distributional maps are used to explain the geographical distribution of various variables in a region. Methods of showing distributional maps. There are three methods to show distribution of variables. The first method is dot method, second is choropleth method and the third one is isopleth method. Let us start with the first method, which is dot method. You can see, students, an example of dot method map on the screen. It is taken from your textbook. In a dot method map, you will see dots on the map. This dot method is prepared using statistical data. Data gathered through counting is used. The value of dot has to be determined. Variable like population of a region, the distribution of cattle is shown. The lowest and highest values of a given variable in a region are taken into consideration. The value of the dots are determined by taking into consideration the size of a dot, the density of variable and the scale of a map. We need to take following precautions. Now we'll understand the precautions to be taken while making a dot map. First, the size of a dot should be uniform. The distribution of physiography, water sources, transport system, etc. of a region should be considered while placing dots on a map. While showing population distribution, rural population are shown by dots and circles are used to show urban population. let us do the activity given on page number 1. Make friends with maps. Now, this map is a dot method map. First question here is, what is the population of Amravati town? Now, if you see the map, there is a big circle near Amravati town. The value given in the index for big circle is 5 lakhs. Therefore, the population of Amravati town is nearly 5 lakhs. Students, you can see the values given in the index, the lowest as well as the highest value of the dot. Question number 2. Name the place having population 1 lakh on the map. Now, in the index, the circle having, we'll check the circle having 1 lakh value. Same circle you can see on Anchalpur. Therefore, the place having population 1 lakh on the map is Anchalpur. Next question is, which part of map shows sparse distribution of population? Students, sparse means very less. And if you see in the map, there is a part in the map having very less population. Yes, it is towards the north. So therefore, we can see sparse distribution of population in the northern part, or we can say or the northwestern part of the district. Let us start with the second method, choropleth method. In choropleth method, this data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades or tints of various colors. As I have shown you 2 examples on the screen of choropleth method. One, they have used shades, and in the second one they have used black and white patterns. Data is obtained through processes such as surveying, measurement, etc. In this method, only one value is given to one sub-administrative unit. This means that, I'll show the map again. You see this map, first map. On the first map, you will see that in the Amravati district, there are many subdivisions, and one particular division is having one shade. Second sub-administrative division is having another shade. And the third one you will see another shade. So that means in a choropleth map, the sub-administrative division is having a common value, and that is why they use one particular shade for that sub-administrative division. The smallest and the largest value of the given data of the variable are taken into consideration. After that, 5-7 classes are made. The shades or black or white patterns become darker while increasing the values of the given variable. Let us do the activity given on page number 3 of your textbook. Make friends with map. This is a choropleth map and it is of Amravati district showing density of population. You can see in the index they have made 5 classes. Each class is assigned with a particular value. Like the topmost, the darkest shade is used to show more than 400 persons per square kilometer. And the lowest, the lightest color is used for less than 100 persons per square kilometer. It is figure 1.2a choropleth map tints given on page number 2 and 3. First question is, name the taluka having population density between 301 and 400 persons per square kilometer. First we need to see the index. Then we need to check the shade given between 301 to 400 persons per square kilometer. Now the same shade we have to check on the map. If you will see, students, the same shade is at only one place, that is Anjangaon Surji. Therefore, the taluka having the density population between 301 and 400 persons per square kilometer is Anjangaon Surji. Question number 2. What is the density of Amravati taluka? Again, first we need to see the shade of Amravati taluka in the map. And if you see carefully the shade of Amravati taluka, it is darkest. Now, check the same color in the index. And the darkest shade value given is more than 400 persons per square kilometer. Next question here is, name the talukas having population density less than 300 persons per square kilometer. Now, if you see less than 300 persons square kilometer shade, you can see in many places on the map. Many talukas are included over here. I'll name them one by one. The first one is Batkuli, second Tivsha, third Nandgaon Khandeshwar, fourth Chandur Railway, fourth Damangaon Railway, sixth Chikaldara, seventh Daryapur, eighth Chandarpur Bazar, ninth Morshi, 10th Warud and 11th Dharni. These all talukas are having population less than 300 persons per square kilometer. Students, we are going to do another activity given on page number 5. You can see in this map black and white patterns are used. It is a Kolhapur district map and shows the density of rural population. You can see the index down. They have made 3 classes. One shows more than 400 persons per square kilometer. The second pattern shows 201 to 400 population per square kilometer. And the last one, the pattern shows less than 200 persons per square kilometer. Let us start with the first question. In which direction is the density of population decreasing? Decreasing, we all know, means becoming less. And if you see in the index, the last box, the shade used in the last box is less than 200% per square kilometer. So the answer will be towards north, and towards the south direction the population is decreasing. Question number 2. Name the talukas with population density less than 200 persons per square kilometer. Again we have to look down to the index, last box, and we'll see the shade used in 200 person, the shade used for 200 persons per square kilometer. This shade in the map we can see at 4 places. I'll name one by one. First is Shahuwadi, second Gagan Bauda, third Ajra, and last Chandgarh. Next question. Name the talukas having population density between 200 and 400. 200 and 400 shade is in the second last box of the index. This shade we will find on the map which taluka has. The first one is Radhanagari and the second one is Gargoti. Question number 4. Which method has been used in this preparing map? Answer is very simple. Choropleth map. The next question here is, name the talukas with population density more than 400. Students, the first box in the index shows the pattern of more than 400 persons per square kilometer. It is the darkest pattern in the map. So in this, the talukas included are Panhala, Kolhapur, Gadinglej, Hatkanangal, and Shirul. Question number 6. In which direction are the talukas having higher density of population located in district? Now, if we see the direction, we see more density of population towards the eastern part, or we can say northeastern part of the district. Therefore, the answer is eastern or northeastern direction. Students, we have come to the third method, that is isopleth map. You have seen contour maps and isobar maps in earlier classes. In these maps, the distribution was shown with the help of lines showing equal values. And if you see this map, you can see lines, and the lines are given values also, like 1300 millimeter, 1200 millimeter, and so on. Students, see carefully. If the lines are closer to each other, then the change in the variable is steep. And if the lines are away from each other, then it is gentle. And we get an idea of natural trend of distribution of the variable with the help of this map. In this map, the distribution is shown with the help of lines showing equal values. When the variable is continuous, this method is used. For example, altitude, temperature, rainfall, etc. Here in this map, you will not see any sub-administrative unit. Therefore, the sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration here. Let us do the activity given on page number 4. It is figure 1.3 isoplate map and Amravati district map showing average annual rainfall. You can see down in the index the classes, the class intervals. First question here is, which part of the district is the rainfall more? Very first we need to find the biggest number on the map. And if we see, the big number is 1300 millimeter and it is located in the north part. Therefore, the answer is northern part of the district has more rainfall. Question number 2. In which direction is the rainfall decreasing? If we look in the map, we see that the rainfall is decreasing towards the west. The lowest line number is 800 millimeter and it is located towards west. So it is decreasing from north to west direction. Third question. What is the lowest value of the rainfall in the district? For finding the lowest value, we need to see the index. The last class shows us the value of rainfall, that is 800 millimeter. Assignment is, read the lesson carefully and solve the exercise given in the textbook, page number 7 and 8. Practice the map given on textbook page number 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have already solved this activity in the video. Do the activity at home given on page number 5 and 6. Prepare chapter number 1 notes with the help of your textbook. I have shared the map given on in your textbook page number 8, and by seeing the map we come to know it is a dot method map. You have to write the answers seeing the question given on the textbook page number 8.